Allow your life to be God's business. From Compulsory Dancing at that time by Darthrey John. You are disturbed. You are uptight. You are not surrendered bodily. And you are working on internal programs for ultimate surrender. The truth is that you are simply afraid, not surrendered. Those programs are what you do when you do not surrender emotionally, when you cannot see that you are simply contracting and cannot release the contraction and allow whatever is happening to happen. You must trust the process of your own life, whether it is to go mad, to become ill, to work, to succeed, or to die. Be free of fear. Surrender to the person of God, the actual living God. Trust the divine altogether. Give yourself up emotionally to God. Do it to the point that the physically based fear of death vanishes on the basis of trust alone. Practice complete devotion and absolute surrender. Do not just tread the path of gradual attainment in your emotional and ceremonial approaches to God. Give yourself up completely in this moment. Give up everything at every depth and in every area of your life. Allow life to be the theatre of God, in which what seems to be appropriate and necessary in your case will be accomplished spontaneously. Allow all of life to be God's business. Whatever arises, high or low, such a life will simply be surrendering to the point of happiness, giving up to God completely. If you will do what I urge you to do, then this instruction is sufficient. You do not really need to know all the technicalities of yoga and the cosmic subtleties of the higher planes of the phenomenal worlds. You need not know anything. You need not become convinced of anything except that you are suffering a contracted state of existence instead of this. Feel the force of that contraction, its emotional force, its physical force. Feel the quality of the contraction and realize that it is your own activity, like pinching yourself. Realize that you can exist in a totally different condition merely by recognizing your own separative activity and transcending it in each moment. Just surrender emotionally and completely. That message is extremely liberating. For me it is. I hold up a picture of Adidar Samraj, who is the person that wrote this when he was much younger. He is, for me, my Ishta, which means my chosen one that is the doorway to God, to real happiness. The agent, the bridge to God. God being this state, this disposition of already happiness, joy and delight. He's written many, many essays and given many talks on this surrendering to that, from this to this, in any moment. This is ego and this is God, the God state. The destiny, the egoic destiny of a life of turmoil, anxiety, stress, doubt, discomfort, unhappiness, boredom, is all released. That destiny is released in this moment of heart communion, divine communion, love communion, satsang. I was going to say, believe me. Well, once you realize that this activity is separation from God, from that state, that real state, that disposition, and it's your own activity, once that's realized, then you may turn away from it and live a life of heart communion. And simply be happy. That's the natural, inherent state of the body-mind, free of contraction. Become God-possessed rather than self-possessed. Be taken over by the divine. Thank you for listening.